All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to back to the Fair Foul Pod. My name is Mark. This is my co-host DJ here.
What's up?
We're two very underqualified uh, baseball
Hell yeah.
baseball enthusiasts, I would say.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, little league heroes here to tell you what's going on, right and wrong with the pros.
The Sandlot legends, if you will.
Yeah, so yeah, here we go. What's been going on lately with baseball has just been the WBC, some spring training games. WBC for me has been electric so far. What do you think?
Absolutely, and I've seen some other people don't necessarily think that. We'll get into that, I guess, a bit later,
Yeah,
but
we're definitely gonna touch on that for sure. But just some games that have been going on. We had a great game with Mexico and Puerto Rico, where Mexico had a stunning comeback. Um, Randy Rosarena might be like
dude,
the
him.
vibe guy of the tournament,
Dude, he
right?
is, man. He thinks he's playing in the World Series again, man. That guy's insane. And that whole
Yeah,
environment
for
at
sure.
that game was insane. Like just
Yeah,
insane.
it seems like all the games that are being played in Miami
They're
are
lit.
like are
Well,
crazy lit.
they
Yeah,
had all those countries from like Central America out in Miami, which is kind of, a hub for them. So it's been a lot of nation versus nation out there, and I love it. It's a lot more personal when it's nation versus nation as opposed to team versus team, I feel like. So
yeah. I mean, and as far as like the importance for the players go, um, there was a video I saw for Dominican Republic players. There was they asked like 8 of the players if they would rather win the WBC or the
I saw
World
that.
Series.
Hmm.
5 of them said the WBC, and then I think 2 of them, I think only 1 said World Series, and then 5 of them said WBC, and 2 of them said that they're equal. Like,
Hmm.
so I mean, for those out there that think that these players don't care, these guys care. I mean,
No, they
you know,
do. You want to just get
you
into
can
that
see it.
right off the rip? I know we were gonna wait a little bit, but we could just get into that because I know you want to talk
Oh,
about it, and
we
I do too.
yeah, we definitely can. Whether or not people think that this is meaningless, I'll just start and say I don't think it's meaningless. I think that maybe the U like if you look at the USA fan base and like
Hmm.
even the USA games that were played in Arizona, like
Hmm.
maybe for the USA fan base, these games are meaningless, but the fans the fans for the teams that were playing in Miami and the players, I think that this matters to them. Like even the USA players, I think it matters. Maybe not so much the pitchers that are from the United States because they don't really seem to care to play, but definitely you can see how much they care. I mean,
Right.
if people care, then it matters. That's the way I look at it. What do you think?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head with the whole. It might be meaningless to us because we were blessed enough to get to watch MLB baseball, get to support a local favorite team. But I mean, you go to like Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, somewhere out there, they don't get to
Yeah,
watch these guys play every day, and it's a sense of pride. And I don't think people understand how big baseball is in Central America. Like it's a really really big deal. And just
yeah,
because it's meaningless to us, because we're so blessed to be able to watch this, doesn't mean it's meaningless to other people from there. I mean, it's a super big deal, clearly. I mean, as you said, these players want to represent their country, they love it, they're enjoying it. And a lot of people
yeah,
have been supporting the whole notion about how, like, the WBC, you could get injured in the WBC, but you can get injured playing any baseball, spring training, um, regular season,
there's a certain guy that there might have been some like poetic justice that reared its ugly head.
Man, it's tough to talk about, but the whole Brandon Nimmo thing was just like it was almost like it was gonna happen just to prove a point, and because that's just how life
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
But
I gotta say, like, I'm happy that it turned out for Nemo that it was only a sprain.
yeah,
Like,
I saw
don't
that.
it's only a sprain. He's on a week to week basis. It's not going to take a huge chunk away from the season or his whole season away.
Hmm.
I'm very happy that that he's going to be okay. Like,
Right.
don't think that
Oh well,
I'm
yeah, no,
wishing ill
absolutely.
upon any player. Yeah, don't think that I'm wishing ill will upon any player because that's not the case. But for him to get hurt or have some sort of injury, what was it, a day, or was it that day? It might have been a whole day after that he
I
made
think it was like a
comments.
day. It was at least a day. It was maybe two, but
Yeah,
point
okay. So
stands.
he made some comments essentially saying that uh players shouldn't be going this hard in spring training because or in the WBC because they're not ready. They haven't had a spring training and all that stuff
Right.
to get themselves going, and it can and it can be a dangerous thing for their bodies. And it's like then he slides in a spring training game and gets hurt, and it's like,
Right.
what were you talking about, dude? Like everything you talked about previously now officially makes no sense because
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, even then, like there was footage of the Mets last year in spring training practicing celebrating the World Series.
Yeah.
Someone could have got hurt doing that. No,
I mean,
what?
someone could get. I remember this was a long time ago. A pitcher for the Giants, Jeremy Aftel, was having a family barbecue, and he cut his hand when he was like barbecuing or whatever. I forgot how, but he cut his hand with a knife, and he couldn't pitch for a few weeks. Like you can literally get injured doing anything, like your
Yeah,
day-to-day life. It's not just baseball. So to blame injuries on or saying it's meaningless and that people shouldn't play because of injuries, I mean, spring training is the same thing. And at that, let's say I'm a coach of a team, right? Like I want my guys ready for the season. The
right.
competition level is higher, way higher at the WBC. You know, considering you're playing the top teams, which there's a few good
Depends
teams in
on
every
who you're
pool.
playing, but yeah, I get your point.
You know what I'm saying? But like in that pool for Puerto Rico that Edwin Diaz was playing in, they had Team Venezuela, they had Dominican who didn't make it. We'll talk about
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
Which are basically like almost MLB All-Star lineups. So if you want your guys to get ready, they're playing good competition and it's high leverage games. It's an atmosphere you can't recreate in spring training. You know, it feels like a playoff game out there, which is valuable
Yeah,
in and of itself. So I don't know.
yeah.
Meaningless
I,
is a bad argument for that. I get that you don't want your people to get hurt, but it's not a meaningless game. Maybe like you said, maybe to us as Americans, but not to globally. No, it's not meaningless, and it's awesome. I think it's great.
a lot of people that are from the Dominican Republic, I know at least that country for sure. I know they go back to play winter ball,
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's true
like
too.
they like,
Where's that energy?
yeah, like there's absolutely no energy being the same kept for that like at all.
No.
So it makes no sense. They go back and they play winter ball, and like for a lot of the players from Latin America, baseball is a year-round thing.
Yeah,
It's
they love
when
it.
they play
Like
the
I said,
majors
it's
and then
huge,
they go home and play
huge in
some
Central
more. Like
America. Yeah,
yeah, so I don't I don't see it. And the WBC having this kind of like it's obviously not to the level that FIFA or soccer is, but this is also something that started what in '08, I think. Like it was
yeah,
like it
recent.
wasn't that long ago that this
Yeah.
started, and there's already more teams like from different countries that are joining in,
Mm-hmm.
and it can help grow the game. And yeah, you could probably fill these teams with amateur players and do it, but it's not going to have the same impact.
Right,
It's not going to have the same impact as seeing Trout having USA across his chest. It's not
right,
going to have the same impact to see Cy Young Award winner Sandy Alcantara out there, throwing laser beams. Like it's just not going to have the same. It's not going to have the
right.
same effect.
Well, and to that
It's
point,
great for the sport.
and bringing it back to like saying it's meaningless, it's like let's take that Nicaragua pitcher. I think is Duque Hebert. I don't totally butchered his name probably right there, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, the pitcher from Nicaragua. You know, he got a contract an hour after the game for striking out three of the biggest players in the MLB, right? That to him, 20 years old from Nicaragua, never played outside Nicaragua, that is life changing, like life changing
Yeah.
stuff. For him, his family, like an opportunity to go to the MLB, changed his family's life. You don't get that if you don't have the WBC. Like he's still in Nicaragua playing, and granted, he might get scouted out there because scouts be going fucking everywhere nowadays.
Once you,
They got
once
their
you,
hands in everywhere.
once you, but they're looking to sign you though when you're
But
between 16 and 18. Like once you pass 18, the scouts that they
right,
kind of touch on, like he probably wouldn't have got this opportunity.
right. So if you take out all the professional players, he's striking out a bunch of amateurs. Who cares, right? Like realistically. Scouts are
Yeah.
going to go, oh, this guy, he's got it. Like we need to take him back right now and get him to sign a fucking dotted line somehow. But so to say it's meaningless is, to me, it's a bit ignorant. Because do you think to him that was meaningless? Fuck no.
No.
Like that just changed his life. And there's other people who are getting looks out there for playing with these guys.
Yeah.
And it's a whole thing that it's not meaningless. There's so many reasons, giving these guys opportunities and whatnot. So I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous, in my opinion, to say it's meaningless when there's so much more meaning outside of what you're probably thinking of. So when you say that,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how else to really explain. If you look at the games in Japan, like if you were up,
dude,
if you're up around here, around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning,
so much
you'll
fun,
see that baseball is lit over there.
so
It
much
is
fun.
lit. It is lit. Like,
And
they even got you doing little pepper grinder stuff on the first
I ain't gonna
episode.
do
Like, yeah.
it.
But like what it was Japan
South
and
Korea,
Korea
yeah, South Korea or
had
Korea, yeah.
the highest viewed baseball game ever. It was like it was higher than any
Higher than
World
any
Series,
World Series game ever, yeah,
which is what,
by like
1980
10
World
million.
Series. Yeah, it was, I
Yeah,
think it was
and
the
and there was a
1980 World
stat that
Series
was
was the
like,
highest rated one.
there's also another stat that like, I don't, I want to say it was like 50% of households in Japan were watching their last game. It was really, really high. I'm not sure about 50%. I saw that stat.
That's an absurdly high
If it was
number.
10%, that would be fucking
Yeah,
crazy. Like, if it was, that's a large amount of the population. So I don't know. Meaningless isn't the word. I get
yeah,
that. I get that guy on Twitter from Barstool. I think his name's KFC. He's a Mets fan, so he was a little tickled because it was his player or whatever. And I actually saw him tweet after Nemo got hurt. He's like, "Fuck it, cancel all baseball. Like, just start with the
yeah.
regular season." So I
But
get Mets fans why they could be upset, but you can't blame it on
if you want,
that. Edwin Diaz if given the opportunity, he would want to play again if he could go back to the start of the WBC. I can guarantee it.
yeah, and what was I gonna say? I mean, just to totally echo that, like, I think that Edwin would want to go back. Every
I do
single
too.
player from every single player from Puerto Rico loves playing. I mean, Javi Baez is
Fire
every
man,
single time I see him playing at WBC, he's going nuts. Like,
dude.
he's
He's
just going.
having
I
way too
love
much
it.
fun.
The players love it, and like I said, it's great for the sport. It's great for all the countries that are in it to participate.
Right?
Great Britain, right? The next time we see them in the WBC, it could be a
They're gonna step it
way,
up, man.
way, way different thing. Like,
It's just gonna
they
keep
could
getting
literally go
better and better.
from the letters on their jerseys falling off in the middle. Did you see that?
Yeah,
The picture, like their jerseys are
yeah, and they were written in fucking
so bad
Times
that
New
they're literally
Roman.
falling apart while they're playing. Yeah, like,
Word doc fucking jerseys. It's fine
and
though.
it's just overall a great thing for the sport. And like, if you start regular season, if you just cancel spring training, no WBC, only regular season, and you have players going out there to go hard right away, like, I think that that would probably be detrimental to them as well. Like,
Hmm.
there's the WBC teams have practice games amongst each other. They have a little. It's not obviously not as long as spring training, but they have time to kind of like warm themselves up. I
Yeah.
mean, injuries in sports just happen. Like, they just happen. It's just always going to be that way. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know what the expectations are from that guy. It just so happens that all the significant injuries have been met so far. So I guess that maybe
I
that's
think
why people are upset.
that's just the Mets
Yeah.
getting unlucky, man. And it's just been a thing for too long now with them, where it's just
Well,
something
they don't have to
happens
worry
here or
because
there and then it falls apart. But
if USA manages the team exactly how they should, he won't have to worry about it too much more, because that if USA's managed properly, then Pete Alonso and Jeff McNeil won't touch the diamond for the rest of the
I
tournament.
saw
So
neither of them are playing tonight. They dropped the lineup. Neither of them are playing, so
yeah, I mean, we have to go with the hot hand. So
right.
yeah, I can kind of segue right into tonight, which is going to actually be happening as soon as we probably get off of this.
Yeah, maybe
Uh,
as we're
Venezuela
ending.
Venezuela, and which is a crazy, crazy good team. But also they were a surprise versus USA, who is good, but they really haven't been playing as good as they should be, in my
No,
opinion. They've kind of been, even though they're in the tournament, they've kind of been a letdown for me. Uh,
but
even their offense has kind of been a letdown for me. So I'm excited to see it. I do think that, at some point tonight we might see a little, late inning
I think it's gonna be a good one,
clutch
man.
moment with Alvarado pitching to JT Realmuto.
Oh
I'd
God,
really like to see
not
that.
this
I'd
Philly
really like
stuff.
to see that.
Maybe
But
it'll be Trey Turner. Wrong for it.
it could be Trey, but like that would be cool. But like Alvarado pitched to JT all last year, and
That's
it would just
true.
be
Yeah, it's like battery.
that,
I get it. Okay, now I see what you're going for there.
it would be cool to see him pitch to Trey Turner, but it would be super cool to see him pitch to JT in a clutch situation
You
because
want to see the teammate matchup I want to see later in this
yeah,
tournament? I want to see Otani throwing to Trout.
yeah, I do want to see
Dude,
that.
that's a bit off topic, I guess, but
We have to
it's been
win
something I've
tonight
been
though,
thinking about.
and this Venezuela team has been
Hot,
incredible. Salvador
hot.
Perez
He's him.
he's special, man.
Hip
He's
swinger.
just been special.
Hip swinger, that guy.
He was absolutely dominant in
Hmm.
their last game.
He
So
was, and he's a real good hitter.
yeah,
And he's been doing it
he looks
forever, man. Hip swinger, like I said.
he looks like an actual living, breathing monster with his catcher's gear on
Oh yeah,
and the
no, that's
Venezuela
kook.
colors. He looks like
No, he does. He
he
looks like a
looks crazy.
superhero out there,
Yeah, he does. He
like a
does.
Venezuelan superhero. And yeah, that team is stacked though.
Yeah. Um,
That'll be fun.
we're gonna see we're gonna see Japan play Mexico. That's gonna be a great game.
Hmm.
Um, I couldn't believe that Mexico came back against Puerto Rico. I thought that when Javi went
There we go.
Oppo, in that game, that it was kind of all downhill from there for Team Mexico, and they've been, they came back. Randy's been great. We touched on that. I'm excited for that game as well. So Mexico Japan, it's gonna be lit.
Dude, um, can I just one thing about Javi Baez? He was so confident for how far that ball went. He was so confident that that fucker was leaving, and it didn't barely clear the wall, but it was not like a no doubter. And he just knew,
Right.
and he was fired up. I was like, dude, you're nuts, bro. You're nuts. But
Like, what if that bounce off the wall type thing?
yeah, dude, like I was like, is that even going? I was like, oh, shit, but it left, so he knew something I didn't. He got
He
all of it, I
knew,
guess.
but that's just kind of like the kind of guy that Javi is, though.
No, yeah, he's a factory, that guy.
Yeah, he's super cocky. I love that about him. Like I love
It's
that.
fun.
I love his demeanor. His demeanor is like literally the best part about him as a player is
And I'm glad
so
baseball's starting to accept that type of stuff now. As we keep going year after year, it's starting to be more welcome because
yeah.
it's fun. I think.
There's still a lot of walls when it comes to that that we need to break down. Like I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it hurts the pitcher's feelings, but if
Yeah,
someone hits
no.
a fucking nuke, I want to see them flip the bat up like it was nothing. Like I want to see them do that. I want to see them. I like Jazz Chisholm's Euro step
Dude, yeah,
uh, over
it's
home
awesome.
plate. Like that shit is cool because when pitchers get fucking strikeouts, they
They go
they
crazy. Why not?
they go crazy. Yeah,
You find
but
success
if
on the baseball field, you're gonna want to celebrate it, as long as it's not,
yeah,
you know,
there's still some walls to break down there, but it's
right,
starting to become better.
right.
So
And there's stuff you can't, like there's a line for sure, but most of the stuff that's being done, Josh Naylor rocking the baby, that was kind of thin line there. I was okay with it, but I could see why someone would retaliate and want to, do something, hit him or something like that, So just
I could
beware
see
if you're gonna do it,
I
you
could
might
see
get it back.
retaliation, but also, I mean, he did it to Garrett Cole and the Yankees, so it's cool with me.
Yeah, that's fine. Josh Naylor did what? I don't even remember. Yeah,
you get away with more stuff if you're doing it to the Yankees.
all I
It's
remember was
just
that Yankees outfielder who couldn't stop striking out, and then he just made a bunch of money this offseason. Now, whatever. But
who's that?
he was playing like center field, real big, tall guy, strong guy. Yeah,
You don't know his name?
couldn't tell you. Couldn't
Okay.
tell you. Arson something? I don't know.
Arson. Okay, yeah.
Something like that.
Um,
But yeah,
so yeah,
I
I'm
love it.
I'm definitely shocked that Dominican Republic is not in
Dude.
the tournament. I understand that their pool was the best pool. Like it was the best pool bar none.
Hmm.
But that team was like that was a huge letdown. That team was pretty much talked like it was over before it started. Like I've never heard a conversation like that. Like when everyone saw the Dominican Republic's lineup, they even
All-star
got
team.
they
Literal
even got
all-star team.
yeah, they even had the craziest pitching staff,
Hmm.
led by NL Cy Young Award winner Sandy Alcantara. Is it Alcantara? Alcantara? I'm probably going to keep going back and forth anyway, but
Everyone does. It's okay.
um,
The broadcast does. And we're not even
yeah,
close to as professional as them.
they really do. They actually do go back and forth. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, what do you think? What do you think happened to them?
Well, first, I remember from our first episode, I said something like the Dominican might not, and then I was like, nah, they're gonna make it. So hopefully, you know what? Boom, it's on the screen now. Hopefully I remember that in editing. But yeah, no, it's a surprise. I mean, they had a really good pool, and I thought maybe, like I said, but it's just hard to fathom, man. You look at that team on paper and you're thinking, fuck. But
Yeah,
I think the WBC being in March kind of narrows, the talent gap maybe a little bit because not everyone's been
yeah,
playing ball, not everyone's got their timing right, not everyone's, ready for professional
that's
pitching. So, not to try and excuse them, right? Because that team was still supposed to be a heavy favorite, but I think it's a bit of a reasoning why they didn't succeed as much as people thought.
right.
Um, but regardless, that team is just ridiculous. I'm sure now they're going to come back the next time around with Tatis and Vladdy and say, okay, we want our get back. Like, come on, let's see
Yeah,
it, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It'll be fun to
yeah.
watch them
I
next
mean,
time, but it was a bit of a surprise for sure.
imagine if they had Tatis, man. That's crazy. But
And
I
Vlad.
mean, I can't. But I mean, they still had paint. They had World Series
Oh
MVP.
yeah. No, they still had
Like they
talent, but
still
I'm saying
do.
that talent was even.
Like
Oh, and speaking of the
what
Dominican, bro, sorry to
was
interrupt. Eloy Jimenez looked fucking like pause. He looked good though. Like no, like he's trimmed up. He's looking fit. Like he was looking good. He was swinging that fucker. Like I'm excited to see what he has to offer this season.
You're
Off
a big
topic, but
Eloy.
I do
Yeah,
like
you're a
Eloy
big.
a lot. But he really did look like he was in great shape, and the broadcast even touched on it a little bit. So I'm excited for
Yeah,
him.
and it's not even a thing where it's like they didn't care or I just don't know. Like there's really no words other than shocking. Like even though that Puerto Rico and Venezuela are two very good teams,
Yeah, and Venezuela's been hot.
Venezuela Venezuela who actually ended up having the best record in the pool out of those three, if I had to rank those teams on paper, they would be third. Like
Venezuela would
if I had to
be
rank
third.
those three teams,
They would have to be
Dominican
second for me.
Republic, Puerto Rico,
I'm taking them over
Dominican
Puerto Rico. I
Puerto
think.
Rico, and Venezuela, I'm probably putting Venezuela third
I'm gonna have to
on paper.
disagree.
On paper,
I think
obviously,
Venezuela's just, that lineup's no joke, man. Altuve, Acuna, Santander, Salvador. I'm missing a lot of names right now. I'm blanking, but that team's real good. They're
if,
both real
if
good though.
Santander carries over what he's doing
Dude's been raking, bro.
to the regular season, the MLB, he's due up for a crazy year. That
I mean,
rip
he
that
went
he
crazy
had
last year. Wouldn't have
on Sandy,
surprised me. Would not
that
surprise
rip
me.
he had on Sandy was unbelievable.
Dude, 99
Unbelievable.
on his knuckles. Just turned it out. Absolutely
Yeah,
turned it out.
no, that was beautiful. That was for sure beautiful.
I was.
I really love it. I can't stress enough how shocking. I wish that there was maybe like a pool. I don't know. There should probably be another way to get a team like that into the tournament because they're going to be way better than like I think what the Japan pool was the second team was Australia.
Yeah,
I
it
believe
was.
yeah second
They
team's
ran through that
Australia.
side. That one
They
was, yeah.
would
They
dominate
ran
that
through that
team.
pool. I thought South Korea would put up a better fight, but I was wrong.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. A lot of people were shocked that, but it was just tie. I mean, they had the same record. That it was just tiebreakers. So,
Right.
but I mean, if you think about it, you know, Australia being in the tournament and Dominican Republic being out.
That is
Maybe
crazy to think about.
maybe find a different way to mix the pools up.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
they only kind of did it by region
I was
this
gonna
time
say they
around.
do it kind of by region. I don't know that that should be the way it's done, but at the same time, kind of makes sense because for pool play, then people don't have to go too far, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
I'd
But
say that's probably the thought process, but
I mean, they kind of like they're kind of all flown into the same kind of like bubble, so to speak, because they're playing all the games in one arena. So
hmm
I mean, it
yeah, if they
wouldn't
were to
be
just
too
put make
bad.
it one location, almost like the Olympics, you know, like everyone shows up and we just play ball, that'd be perfect in my opinion. But
I mean, that would be cool. I like that it's in multiple places at once for pool play, just because you can get way more fan interaction.
that's true.
Like
That's
seeing,
also a good thing for
seeing
regions as well.
yeah, yeah, seeing the them play in Japan is
hmm
awesome. Then seeing them play in Miami is awesome. Seeing them play in Arizona has been dog shit. Like it's been horrible. I feel like the Arizona has been terrible. Like
Arizona was
other
definitely the worst out of the
other than
ones I saw.
Mexico, literally the U.S. fan base. I'm sorry to
That's
say, has
all kind
been
of going back to
kind
what
of
we
a
said.
travesty.
You know, the Americans are blessed to have baseball every single day when the season's out. So, you know, maybe they don't want to come support as much, but
I mean,
I would
the
love to
place
be
is
out there,
jam
man.
packed. It's not that people aren't
But they're
coming,
not loud, man.
but
There's no
they don't. But they're
pride.
just sitting there
There's
chilling.
no
Like
pride, man. There's no
yeah,
nationalism.
there really is no
There's no
pride.
apple pies and hot dogs and guns and shit, man, and trucks, you know? There's nothing like that, man.
Yeah,
All the other
I
countries are
mean.
fired up. They want to beat us, you know?
They need to be out there. That brings up the USA pitching staff for me. Like other teams want to beat
Iffy.
us so bad, and we're out there. Our best starter is Lance Lynn. No offense to Lance Lynn, he is my like Captain America right now. No cap,
Well,
because he's the only
pitchers,
person.
because we know who
He's the
Captain
only person
America
who
is
seems like
with the
can
bat
get
in their
through the
hands right now.
first inning. Yeah, he's the only person that can get through the first inning without getting rocked by
I
somebody.
gotta
It
see
seems like.
versus Venezuela, man. I don't know. He got 9 runs of support in the first inning versus Canada. That's almost unfair. So
I mean,
we
that's
gotta see
true,
it. I'm rooting for him,
but
man. Hell yeah.
Canada was super. Like they're very very offensive. Like
No, they were better than I thought they were going to be, and
and
props to them for that, for sure.
Team USA's bullpen isn't great. Obviously it could be better, but it's not bad. Like
Mm-mm.
it's not.
They pitched
It's the
real well in that last game versus
starting pitching
Colombia.
is what's really bad. Like I don't understand how there's just a huge list of names. Like I mean, just two are from my favorite team, the Phillies. Like even though they're not, these two guys aren't top five pitchers in the league. Like I would take a Wheeler or a Nola right now.
Yeah,
I mean Scherzer, Verlander from the Mets. I would take a I would take a Max Fried from the Braves. Like they don't have to be
there's
the
a
best of
lot
the
of
best.
pitchers that
There's
could be in
so
this
many good
that
American
aren't.
pitchers. Like I couldn't. I was so upset when Logan Webb backed out.
Dude,
Like
you're
that's
telling me,
totally.
man. You're telling me I wouldn't. I wanted to see him bad. I wanted him to be Captain America and be like, hell yeah, Logan Webb. You know, America. Yeah, that's America's pitcher. You know, but no, there's a long list of names that didn't participate, and I know you were kind of joking at well, Mike Trout was doing the recruiting. He's just like the Angels; they can't get any pitching, you know. So
Yeah, actually,
I thought that was
I
funny,
actually
but
tweet,
it
I
is
actually
kind of
tweeted
strange.
that at one of my favorite follows on Twitch. One of my favorite MLB streamers, actually pretty much ripped my tweet and then did numbers after I quote tweeted saying that he pretty much ripped what I said, took it for his own. I got no credit. That's crazy, but it
Happens,
is what it is.
happens,
I'm
man.
happy to see someone could put up some numbers with him. I
Someone has to
guess.
come up with viral tweets, you know, and it's not the
That's
people who go viral. I'll tell you that much.
that was crazy. I mean, I could have took a little like CC on the bottom, like like
Yeah, no, someone's got to do it. You know, you're just putting in that dirty work, gritty, getting
just what
gritty.
it is. Yeah,
Happens to the
I'm
best of
I'm
us.
I'm just the idea man. I'm not the cameraman.
Yeah, no shine. But yeah, I don't know why. I think maybe because there's a whole insurance thing. Because I saw Edwin Diaz is getting paid through insurance or something like that for getting hurt during the WBC. So I'd imagine it might be kind of hard to get that for pitchers. Maybe that was the issue. I don't know, just because They're getting paid so much
Yeah,
to throw, and it's a higher risk of injury, I'd say, for a pitcher than for a position player.
yeah,
Um,
for sure. That's true.
I don't know if that was a big issue or not, but uh, I couldn't tell you why, other than maybe teams just were really, really conservative about letting their pitchers throw in the WBC. But I don't know. I see a
Yeah,
lot of great pitchers for other countries, so I don't know.
I mean,
Not that we don't have great pitchers on Team
I
USA,
bring up
but
Sandy. I bring up Sandy a lot, and I'll just bring him
yeah,
up again. Like, if the reigning NL Cy Young Award winner can go pitch
that dude's a
for
workhorse too.
the Dominican Republic, then like I said, we don't need if you ranked all of America's pitchers and you took the top 10
I don't think any of
and we
them.
got 11, 12, and 13,
We'd
that
still be
would
solid.
be better than what we have. Yeah, that would be better
Yeah.
than what we have going now. Right now, we probably, if you had a list, we probably got 97, 98, 99. Like, it's like, it's
Uh,
just, it's pretty,
well, I
I
get
mean,
you were probably exaggerating. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I get what
definitely
you're saying.
exaggerating.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, I get
It's
what you're
just kind
saying.
of like, it's just disappointing.
It's
It's
a
just,
long list, and we're further down the list than we should be.
yeah. And if we go into tonight's game, and I have all the confidence, I have more confidence in Lance Lynn, put you that way, than any of the other starting pitchers on the team.
Yeah, I'm glad. Love Wainwright,
And we get
absolute
lit
legend,
up,
but glad it
and
wasn't.
we get lit up, it's going to be like, bro, like
We gotta
there's
fight
no way
back if we get
America
lit
should
up.
lose.
Like we gotta fucking put up runs. Like I don't care how it goes down, but I want to see some runs scored because, like you said, I think the offense has been a bit disappointing. Hyped up as the best lineup in the world, which probably
Yeah,
are, but um, no, they gotta. If the pitching can't get it done, then we gotta fucking make ball go boom, as you
yeah, we
Philly
got to
fans like
bang.
to say.
Yeah, we got to go out there. We got to bang. And other than the first inning against Canada,
I mean,
really
that was really
hasn't.
it.
That was really it. Yeah, we had one. We haven't had a full game of good offense. We've had one inning,
Just a
and
couple stretches, yeah, a couple
that's kind
rallies.
of been that's kind of been tough. I mean, Trout against England. Like, I mean, that was the first
He's
game,
back
and
though. He's
he's
back.
been
He's back.
nasty
He's
the
Captain
last two
America.
games.
Yeah,
Now he's
he's
back.
back.
The first two games, though, I'm not gonna lie,
I was
I
worried.
was worried.
I was worried.
I was definitely
Yeah.
worried. Vance Worley blew 89 down the fucking pipe, dude, right past him, and I was
Legend.
like, oh shit, oh
Legend.
shit. Vance Worley, he's definitely a legend. He, he went back. He had to go back. He obviously went back to the mound and finished that inning. But when he blew 89-mile-per-hour fastball by Mike Trout, and Trout was super late, he probably walked back to that mound like yeah, you stupid bitch. Like,
But
but
yeah, Mike looked back like,
got
"What'd
that
you say?" He's like,
ball.
"Nothing, nothing."
He's got that ball hung up on his mantle somewhere.
I would
And
absolutely.
yeah, I mean, I was shocked when that. I was just shocked when that happened. I was super upset, and
A lot of them
um,
have just been late, I feel like, and that's just a part of them getting their timing back. So I've been seeing it. It's looking like it's getting a little better. Hopefully tonight they can put it all together and bang.
yeah,
You know.
Mookie's at bats have been solid.
hmm
I feel like he's just hit literally like
He's
six
hit a few
balls
balls
to the
hard
warning
that
track.
yeah that were caught.
Yeah, like
But I
he's
remember the
like
first pitch they saw of
one
the fucking
better.
WBC. You remember we were watching and the first at bat he got. We're like, all right, it's
Yeah,
time, and he hit it to the warning track on a fucking line, and we're like, there it is, come on,
you know, we thought I thought we were gonna go out there and
USA.
absolutely shred them. Yeah, I thought we were gonna shred them.
Oh yeah,
Um, and we just didn't. The only team we really beat handily was Canada, and that was from one inning. Like that was literally
yeah.
just
We
from
played
one
the
inning.
full nine. We didn't
That
even
kid,
mercy them.
and we had to go up against a 20-year-old single A ball player kid.
Poor
Like
kid.
I told you, he was fine, even though Mookie hit a single, like he was fine that at bat against Mookie. But when Trout, the number two hitter, walked up, like that kid was literally like,
Oh dude,
I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my
dude,
life.
he's 19 years old. His whole entire life, pretty much, he's been hearing people talk about how Mike Trout's the best player ever, damn near.
Yeah.
So then he's probably walking in the box, seeing like a real life superhero coming in to hit against him. Like, oh man, I can't imagine it.
He probably
Poor
like
kid.
yeah, he definitely imagined Trout like walking to the box and Trout as a cape.
Yeah,
just
literally Superman.
just like blowing in the wind while he's swinging his
Yeah, his
fucking bat
hair's
right
his
at his
hair's
nuke.
blowing back. He's doing the little slow-mo walk up to the plate.
And he's just gradually shrinking and getting smaller and smaller on the mound, like just. But I mean, he four pitch walked him, and once he four pitch walked Trout, I
The wheels
think.
came off.
Yeah, I mean that is just definitely the wheels came off, and we took advantage as we should. Like that's exactly what you expect the lineup to do.
Hmm.
But that was the only moment that we really had offensively, and that's kind of like what needs to change because the pitching is just not going to be there. Even tonight with Lance Lynn, it's just probably not going to be there. Like it's we need it to be. So we have to go out and bang. Like we need
Bang,
to go out
bang,
and
bang,
bang. Yeah. So
bang, bang. Someone dropped out. Who was it? Someone dropped out today. It was a pitcher.
it was the starting pitcher. He was the game one pitcher. I forget his name. Nick something.
Oh, Nick Martinez. Go get Mad
But,
Bum now.
yep.
Now. Team USA. Pitch him in the
They're not
final.
replacing.
Pitch him in the final, and he will give you 9. I swear he will.
They're not. That's
You don't want
crazy.
the
But
clutchest pitcher of all time pitching your WBC final? I do.
I mean,
He'll probably hit a nuke too. You might as well hit him.
maybe if this is the 2017 WBC, that might make sense. But
I
I
still think he's
think.
got it in him to dig deep for a big one. Especially he's big, you know, he
I
would
mean,
love to
he was
play for
never really.
America.
He was never a power.
I'm just kidding though. Yeah,
Power guy.
no. If they were actually going to pick someone else up, I would not say pick up Mad Bum, that's for sure. But
It's not like they would get anybody with the name, so that's probably why. But they're not picking anybody up at all, which is kind of disappointing. I wish that they would pick up another arm because you never know when you might need somebody, especially with our staff. But they're not picking anybody up, and to be honest,
it is what it is.
you
None of
know,
these starters are
Nick,
really working, you
Nick
know.
Martinez got. We were supposed to dominate Great Britain. They were not. There was a bunch of janitors not even supposed to
Trace Thompson,
get
man.
a run in the first inning. He got fucking nuked. Like
Oh, Trace Thompson's a good hitter. I'll give him props for that. But
Trace Thompson. I mean, Trace Thompson then came up. Second time he came
hit
up,
a
he hit a
double, right?
double.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
That was
So
good for them, man. I know, I saw some videos from, back in Great Britain and the kids were loving it. So hopefully, there'll be a generation of players from Britain that are coming over here to play baseball, maybe just because they got to watch their boys play. So
but is the thing that's going to get them interested over there though is there like a little league like
I have no idea how baseball is over in Britain, man.
you know what I mean?
You should do some
Yeah.
research
So
on
like
it.
yeah, it'd be cool. It's cool to see them try to grow the sport in that country, but the kids have to play it, and you're
Right.
not gonna, and nobody's gonna be able to get 18 kids together unless it's a league, So,
Yeah.
um,
Or you just have to be really weird if you had that ability. I don't know.
yeah, well,
To get
that
18 kids
no,
together, that'd be a little weird, but
you know,
never mind, never mind. Let's skip
like,
this.
like other kids getting kids together.
No,
Like,
no,
what's
I'm just,
going
yeah, I was just being,
on? What's going on this
I was just
pod?
being facetious.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. Who do you think's going to win this whole thing? You still have faith in America? I think that at
I'm
some
not gonna
point
not say
pitching's going to let us
America.
in.
What am I, non-American? Come on now.
I mean,
USA,
you're still rocking with
USA,
them.
USA. What's up?
Are they your pick for this? Like, are they
Yeah.
your pick as who's going to win?
Mm-hmm. I can't root against America, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's not about rooting against them.
What it
Pick what
would
your
be if I
brain.
picked someone else.
Well, I'm kind of worried that the pitching's going to let them down at some point. They're my pick
Yeah.
too, still.
No,
But
I'm worried
I
about
will
that too.
say, if and when they do go down, like I'm gonna do my best Lars Nootbaar impression and become Japanese like as soon as
Dude,
possible because
absolutely. That
I
is
would love
absolutely
to
in
be
the
a
next
part of
team
that
up.
atmosphere. I would
Dude,
love it.
they just vibe, man. It just vibes in Japan. I don't know what it is. They're just having a good time.
You see Lars breaking them down before the games,
Oh yeah,
like
he's giving them the
to get them
pregame
hyped.
speeches. They're getting the translator, and then he ends with
To
that
get a
little
translator.
psycho. Ah, this shit is lit. Oh,
I love it.
I'd love to be there.
And he looks and I it's crazy to say this, but like it's just so funny to watch him break them down because he's so other than Shohei, right, who's not in the picture when he's doing that, so it just makes it great. He's so much bigger than every single baseball player
Massive.
around him. He's so massive in comparison. It's so funny to see. He's just like it looks like he's breaking down a bunch of little leaguers, like.
Like he's the coach.
And then they go out and they have dudes on that team that have like 50 had like 53 bombs in the last season that they played and shit like
Yeah, that
that.
four
Like,
hitter, Murakami. I forgot what his first name
yeah,
is, dude. I haven't seen too much out of him in the WBC, but the fact that they intentionally walked Shohei Ohtani to face a guy who had 58 home runs in the Japanese league is hilarious to me. Like,
yeah.
just as a perspective thing, you know. But not Japan. Okay, if USA were to get knocked, yes, Japan, 100%. I'm going with Japan.
Yeah, I'm rocking with
Kensuke
them.
Kondo, man,
That's
he's
just
5'7", dude.
they are vibes.
He don't hit like he's 5'7". Kensuke Kondo. He hits like he's 6'7", that guy. I fucking love it. I love it.
I mean, Lars is probably one of the worst hitters on the team.
You think so?
Not like the worst, but like not like he's a bad hitter. But I'm saying like in terms of hitting skill, he's
Yeah.
probably he
Bat to ball skill?
in that lineup. He's probably like the sixth or seventh best hitter on the team.
Or what do you mean by best hit? I don't know. I can't go for that. I can't.
If you just go by
I can't.
he's a good hitter, he's not a good hitter, like eye test type of thing.
Maybe in the WBC he has been, but I can't go for that, man. He's been hitting real well in the MLB, and you know, I bet a lot of them could hit well in the MLB, but they'd have to prove it to me first before I could say he's that far
That's
down
true.
the line for me.
That's true. I will say there's a lot of pitchers in the WBC. It feels a lot like old school baseball where like you rarely see that dude coming in throwing 98, 99 like
Hmm.
consistently. There's
Yeah.
really not a lot of them in the WBC games. Like, but in the MLB, they're all over the place.
As
Like,
as we as we get to the last few games here, we'll start to see it. The Japan and Mexico is Patrick Sandoval, which teammate matchup, Otani and Patrick Sandoval.
he struck out Trout.
Yeah, he did.
He dominated Trout.
He did dominate Trout.
No, that slider, that slider down and in the
I remember
Trout,
that.
fucking dominated Trout. I'm not gonna lie, he dominated
Yeah,
him. But
but that Sasaki guy pitching for Japan, Ho Hucker, that guy. He throws hard.
that's good. Yeah,
Is he in the
there's
league?
really
Or is he not in the
not
league
all.
yet? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, he's going to be soon.
The other one was he just signed with the Mets.
Oh, fuck, I'm blanking on his name, and I literally know it. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's
But
pissing me
yeah,
off now that I'm blanking because I love saying his name sometimes to Charlie.
there's
I'm gonna look it up just because I'm pissed.
the thing is that the reason why because the pitchers in Japan throw a lot of crazy breaking ball stuff. They
There it
throw a
is.
lot of crazy off speed,
Hmm.
and a lot of them don't come over, or like very few anyway. Like you don't see a lot of them is because the ball is actually the ball they use in Japan is smaller.
I didn't
I
know
never
that.
knew that.
I
I
didn't know
didn't
that.
know that. I didn't know that
Interesting.
until about a month ago.
Interesting. I didn't know that. But the
They,
pitcher you're talking about is Kodai Senga.
oh, okay.
Kodai Senga. Should be
Oh
fun.
yeah, Senga. He's the dude that said he wants to strike out Harper.
Oh, so you don't like him then?
I mean, he's a Met. Like,
Yeah. No, but I always love seeing every year there's a few players that come from Japan or Korea or wherever, and I love keeping track of them. Like last year, Seiya Suzuki, I wanted the Giants to sign him so bad, and they didn't. And he had a good year, but he started off like, holy fuck, this guy's gonna be the truth. I don't know if you remember last year at the beginning of the year, but he hit a few home runs the first few games, and everyone's like, holy shit, like
yeah,
this is the guy. But didn't end
right.
up doing that the whole year, but he still had a very, very good year with the Cubs, and I'm sure he'll do it again this year. So it'll be fun to
Yeah,
watch Kodai Senga with the Mets.
I mean the position players come over, and I feel like when the position players from Japan come over, they tend to translate pretty well, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
because a lot of
Uh,
players are so polished and
Pitchers
they're
are
good.
very hit or miss, and I think, and it's in large part due to the ball being bigger. It's not like it's like too heavy or anything. It's just like the
It's
change.
weird,
It's
like
a
the grip.
completely
Yeah,
change. Yeah, and and off speed especially, and that's what a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them throw very, very well is off speed. It's all grip. Like that's all 100% grip because
Yep.
you gotta, in order to confuse the hitter, you gotta release from the same point. So they're not changing anything about their arm to
No.
throw a different pitch.
That's
So
one
it's
thing.
all grip. It's all grip, and if the ball is a totally different size than what you've been throwing the first 25 years of your life, it's going to affect you. And I think it affects pitchers
That's one thing
way.
about these players from Japan is that like their like fundamentals, just strictly like fundamentals, like going through the motion, fielding ground ball, doing whatever, are down to a T. Like they are so dialed in on just the little things,
Yeah,
and everything is so uniform. Like a lot of their pitchers and hitters have very similar ways of swinging, pitching, throwing, fielding, whatever, and you can almost tell the style of play. Um, so that's why I feel like a lot of them translate well to the MLB is because they're doing a lot of things the right way already that
right.
maybe like a kid that's coming out of college doesn't. So I'd say they're a lot more polished would be the good word. Which
Yeah, I could probably agree with that.
yeah,
They're
because they take
definitely.
it very seriously over there. So
I hope in the future. I mean, I don't even care. Obviously, probably prefer them switching to MLBs, but like if it would be way better for the sport if both the Japan League and the MLB and any league for that matter, like even the leagues in Central America, like we all need to be using the same size ball. In my opinion, that's something that's
yeah,
important.
yeah, that has to be universal. I didn't know about that.
Because
I did not know
because
about that in
that'll
Japan.
make that'll make scouting over there way easier. Because there's a lot of pitchers from Japan that really got big contracts from MLB teams and they didn't pan out. And I'm not saying that ball is the reason, but I'm sure it's a contributing factor.
Right. No, it's different. It's different, and that's a major part of how it is to pitch. I mean, maybe that ball fits their hand, but maybe their hands aren't big enough to grip. I don't know how much bigger it is. It's probably not that much bigger where it's gonna
It's
change.
not that it's
Yeah,
not that much bigger, but
but
it's
you
the
know,
yeah, it's not like the weight or the size of the ball that's the problem. It's just changing a grip that you've been using for 25 years. Like,
yeah, your whole life.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's what you're used to. So
overall, though, just to kind of touch back to what we were going on talking about before, I think that ultimately having this WBC and playing this WBC is worth it. I mean, there's kind of no way around that.
hmm
Uh, there's no reason not to play. Like I don't know, maybe I guess the insurance thing was kind of like for pitchers might have been
yeah, I'm
what's
gonna have to look
causing.
into that because I didn't make it up because I didn't say it for fact, but I was just hypothesizing. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. So
No, I read that somewhere on Twitter. I can't remember which MLB reporter tweeted. I'll have to find it once we're done and send it to you. But it was a small factor, and like I don't know, you don't have to be wearing an MLB uniform for the game that you're playing to matter. Like that's just kind of like the way I
no,
look at it. So,
no,
but I mean, I was I've been pleasantly surprised with the WBC so far. I'm super
I agree.
excited for Team USA and Venezuela once we're done. Japan and Mexico, that's going to be a crazy game.
Oh man, where is that being
Absolutely.
played? Do you know? Miami
I think that all the games from
or
here on out
Miami,
are,
right? Okay.
yeah,
Hopefully tonight's is a little live, which I think it will be. Venezuela fans were showing up,
because
and I think they might bring out the dog and the American fans tonight. Hopefully, at least, and we can get some electric atmosphere out there.
I'm not even sure if it's like the American fans that have been the problem. It might have just been the Arizona American fans, like
True,
those people, because
true.
because if you watch the 2017 WBC that was in Miami, it was electric for Team
No, that
USA. Like
was
it
in
was
San Diego.
wild. They were
In San
there.
Diego too.
I
Remember
thought
when?
it was.
No. Well, I was just thinking of San
I
Diego
thought,
when Adam Jones robbed that home run. You know what I'm talking
oh,
about?
that was in San Diego,
That wasn't San Diego. Yeah,
Miami.
that wasn't San Diego.
Well, wherever the
Or if
hell
it
it was,
wasn't, I'm just way off base, but I'm pretty sure.
they were wherever they were that they were lit for Team USA,
They were,
right? Like
dude.
they were lit. and Arizona was not. They were just not.
No,
So I'm definitely hoping to see a change of atmosphere going forward for our team because this is not a series. This is one and done. So we have to.
that's kind of what makes this fun too. It's like we don't get a tournament like this in baseball. You know, basketball has March Madness, which is going on right now. A lot of upsets, by the way. But not going to get into that.
Yeah.
But so it's just fun. It's fun, and you know, I get every baseball fan might not find it that way, but just because you know maybe you don't find it meaningful, that it isn't meaningful. You know.
And I don't know. I'm not trying to throw shade at one specific team, but it does seem like the only people that are upset with the WBC
Mets fans.
going on with Mets fans. And I got to tell you, I'm super happy like that Trey Turner and Kyle Schwarber are there, and I
Right.
wanted
I want Logan
and
Webb
I'm
in there, man.
Muto, and I was super excited when Harper announced that he was going to play last year. He said he's
Yeah.
going to play in WBC. Obviously, he couldn't because he had surgery.
Right.
But
It's
if
exciting.
we
You want
were
to
that,
see these guys play, man, for something, you know?
how cool would it have been just to see Harper and Trout like bat right next to each other? That would have been a cool thing to see happen. So
Right.
I don't know. And then
Like, I don't know.
it would have been sweet to see Justin Verlander to come in and just totally fuck up like an all-star team like the Dominican
Absolutely.
Republic. It would have been crazy to see something like that.
Right. Well, you think about it, what's the max games you can play in it? 8, right? You got 4 pool play. So I think 7 actually, because you get the quarterfinals, semi. Yeah, so 7 games you play, right?
Right.
162 game season ahead.
Yeah.
Like, and you're worried about the 7 games leading up to that 162 games. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I get you can't shorten the MLB season, but I think down the road here they might explore that because 162 games is a lot for a regular season. So,
I mean,
um,
if you play the max, like it's what an additional 22 games if every series in the playoffs
yeah,
goes to the full thing.
there's a
Like
lot of baseball games and
still that's 184 baseball games. Like
right.
that's we're talking about 7,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
people are upset about 7. That's crazy to me. That's just
Yeah.
so crazy.
And for some reason these 7 are meaningless, supposedly. I don't know.
No way. Nah, no way. No
Yeah,
way.
supposedly. I don't know.
Um, the I think that the meaningless crowd is a pretty big crowd, but the meaningful crowd is a
Much
much
bigger.
bigger crowd.
I
So
agree.
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So it's a nice little debate to have whether or not the the people should play. But like, imagine if LeBron never played for Team USA.
Right. No,
Like,
you don't see anyone complaining about that, man. You remember when Paul George literally fucking snapped his leg in half?
forget just, and then he came back and played the next time with
Yeah, he
the
came back. You didn't hear fucking
USA
Pacers
again.
fans
Yeah,
or Clippers fans. I don't remember what team he was on at that time. Probably the Pacers,
he
right?
came back to USA again. That's crazy. Like, and not even just like people being upset that he played. Imagine how upset they would have been if
If he didn't
LeBron didn't
play.
play.
If he didn't
Like,
play, yeah.
he would have been ostracized. Like he would have it would
Absolutely.
have been so. I
Absolutely,
mean,
man.
I don't understand why the energy isn't the same. Like, yeah, obviously, the WBC hasn't been around for an exorbitant amount of
Right. And
time,
that's the
but
Olympics too, which the Olympics is
it's building something.
yeah.
So,
No, yeah, I
so,
agree. I agree,
and
man.
if you don't do it with the top stars,
It's not
then it will be meaningless. Like
yeah,
then
then
it
it's
will.
meaningless, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Louis,
It was really pissing me
you
off
have
though.
anything? You have anything to add on for this episode?
Uh
Give some
no, man.
wise wisdom for our viewers.
Wise wisdom. Well, I don't have any wise wisdom, but I hope everyone enjoyed their St. Patrick's Day, and I hope
Yeah.
everyone, you know, is enjoying some WBC tonight. What time is it right now? It is starting in 18 minutes, baby, Team USA. So let's go USA.
Yeah,
That's
do it.
that'll be my my final words there. Let's go USA.
I do have some wisdom for our viewers, and if you want to talk shit about the WBC and talk shit about what's like whether or not these games are important, um, or people should be going hard in these games or whatever the case may be, don't do that and then take a hard slide into second base the next day. Like,
All right, all right. I thought you were
don't
going
do
somewhere
that.
else with that, so
Don't fucking do that.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that, so I'm gonna say it. If you're still watching for whatever reason, if you ever see us say something you think is ridiculous or stupid or dumb or that guy's an idiot, please go at us in the comments on wherever this is, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. Go at us on Twitter. I link the Twitters and the YouTube channel because we love having debates, man. And we won't take it personal. I promise you we won't. Unless you make it personal. If you make it
And
personal, we'll get personal.
you never know. We're looking to have guests in the future.
Hmm.
We've talking to a couple people, have a couple people lined up, and yeah, if you interact with us, we might have you on. Maybe you will get to have that debate with us going forward. And
Yeah. Yeah.
we want to hear everything everybody has to say and what they think about uh, our opinions and our takes on things. And just let us know. And but don't be mad when when we fire back with some shit. To let you know
Hmm.
how stupid your take is. So.
We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it
We're
real,
gonna keep it
100%.
real. Keep it real. We want you to keep it real with us. We'll keep it real with you.
All right.
But yeah, that's it. That's it for me. You got anything else?
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. 2 thumbs up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week for the next episode. Um, Go Team USA, and
Go Team
uh,
USA.
I think we'll be close to the end of WBC when we come back around. So we'll have plenty to talk about, and probably be able to touch on some more spring training. And look forward to seeing you guys then. Thank you.
All right.